Okay. What's going on, you brothers? It's your dude, Mr. International Passport. I'm back again for yet another classic live stream, and I hope you brothers are doing good worldwide. Before I go any further, brothers, please let me know in the live stream chat if you can hear my audio loud and clear. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear, brothers. Press the one in the chat, and then I will go on further. I need to know if you can hear me loud and clear, brothers. Okay. So, am I coming in clear, brothers? Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mike Lawrence, for confirming that. Appreciate you, bro. So I think I'm good. So, brothers, welcome to another future classic. I want to say a huge thank you to all the supporters throughout the years. It's been 8 years since I've had this channel, pushing out this movement. So the support has been greatly appreciated. Welcome aboard the new people to the channel. I accept and welcome you with open arms. And of course, brothers, please support the channel. Like the video, subscribe, hit the Cash App, hit the subscribe to the Patreon, and of course, super chat when you can, brothers. So, brothers, I'm here with a very special guest called Mr. Woods, okay, who has said some crazy statements in regards to Kenyan women. And I thought, damn, they can't be that perfect. I gotta get the brother on my channel. So the title is, as you can see, is I found my black queen in Cleopatra in Kenya. So without any further ado, Mr. Woods, how you doing, bro?
Man, I'm doing fantastic. You can hear me good, right?
I hear you loud and clear, brother.
Yeah,
Fantastic,
man,
awesome,
I'm
awesome,
doing
bro.
great. I'm looking forward to this stream. Be dropping that
Fantastic.
classic info intel, the CIA, FBI level.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. Yes, indeed. So, brother, before I go any further regarding Kenyan women, do you mind giving us a brief intro about yourself, who you are, where you're from in America, what you do, and anything special about you, bro?
Yeah, some of you may already remember me from the Greek stream a couple months ago. I am born and raised here in New York City, the second largest capital in the world, if I'm not mistaken. I found IP's channel back in November, and it was just like a big eye opener for me because I didn't realize the type of options that we had outside of the States or England or whatever, and it really helped me make the decision to go and travel and go out there and see what's out there. And let me tell you something. There's no cap in what IP is talking about. It is real, like, and you will find out today.
Fantastic, bro. Thank you for that great intro, brother. Fantastic. So, brother, Kenyan women, um, I've not had much experience with them. But I want to obviously throw out the question to you, brother. Um, when did you first go to Kenya? And why did you go to Kenya, bro? And where did you go to in Kenya, bro?
So that's a great question. I was in Kenya in April, and I was there for a whole month. And I decided to go to Kenya because after Greece, if you remember the stream, I didn't really have the greatest time, and I wanted to go somewhere where, I felt I was thinking about going to Costa Rica or going to South America, but I had already been to Colombia the year before, and I felt like I wanted something different. So I started looking at African countries, and I saw that IP had already interviewed somebody that's been to Kenya and also been to Ethiopia, and Kenya intrigued me. So you can put your Tinder in all different types of locations around the world. Well, I put my Tinder in Kenya, and within an hour, I had like 25 likes, and
Ooh,
I'm like, what? This
what?
is this is insane. And then there were some very pretty women too that had liked my profile, so I kept it there. And then I just kept getting likes, and I ended up chatting up with several like multiple women that were living in Kenya. And I specifically put my location in Nairobi. So one of them had stuck out, and she was very different and then the other ones, just in her demeanor. It didn't seem like she was trying to get anything from me. And we had a lot of things in common. And she was very open to learn and engage and have a conversation with me. And another thing I noticed, like as we were talking, is that she was very she was looking for things that I liked, so she can either do it or show me that she was paying attention to things that I like. Like she asked me like, "What's your favorite color?" And I was like, "Blue." And then another day we were talking about music, and I was talking to, like, I love this song by Snoop Dogg. It's called "Sensual Seduction."
Oh,
It's
that's a
an
great
amazing.
song, bro. That's a
Yeah,
classic.
right. I love that song. It's a classic. So like one
I'm
day I
gonna
woke up
take
and then I
my
time
time.
she
She
gonna
gonna
get
get
hers before
hers before
I.
mine.
Yep. So like one day I woke up and I looked at my messages and she sent me a song where she's wearing a blue dress that she went and bought because it's my favorite color, and she's dancing to that song. And I'm like, yo, she's really putting in effort. She's really trying. And that's something that I wasn't used to dating usually here in the States, with AWs. Like, it's always, let me see what he gonna do first before I ever do something. But she was just putting out so much effort, and it wasn't like thirsty. It was very like intelligent and thoughtful and just meaningful. So I took note of that, and
Wow.
that was in February. And by the time March came, I had decided I'm gonna go to Kenya, and I think I'm gonna meet this chick. But I had the playboy kind of mentality, and I was because I had so many chicks that had liked me on there. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna enjoy Kenya. I'm gonna go see the safari, and then I'm gonna be, being a bachelor out there. But as I kept talking to her, I realized how much depth she had, and she wasn't like superficial, like meaning she wasn't just pretty and not smart, and she had so much more to her. And I thought, you know what? I feel like it might be worth my investment and my time to just spend time with her instead of going and meeting a whole bunch of different strangers. Because now at that point, we had built some trust. And you have to keep in mind, I've never been to Africa. This is a foreign country. And I want to make sure that I'm safe. I want to make sure that I'm not going to be taken advantage of. Like you hear these stories about what happens, and it only happens just out of ignorance. So I figured, you know what? Not only like I'll meet this beautiful girl, and she's beautiful. In my opinion, she's a 10/10 because she's exactly my type, my body type, face, everything. So I'm like, you know what? Like I think it'd be worth it just to spend time with her. And then when I get there, man, we it was like there were a lot of things I was worried about. Like, are we gonna connect? Like, is she gonna be annoying to me? Like, is she gonna am I always gonna feel like I gotta talk to her every single second or whatever? And it was just butter, man. It was just butter. Like if you're used to that normal dating that happens in the States or in London or whatever, you're going to be in for a rude awakening because there were so many things that I noticed that were different. Just even talking to her or being with her, that was totally different than dating usually AWs. And to give an example, like we're going out, right? And then she'll be putting on a dress and it's a little bit revealing. And she'll ask
Mm.
me, it's like, hey baby, do you think this is like, are you okay with me wearing this?
Wow.
And I'll be
Uh,
like, yeah, of course. Of course you can wear that. But thank you for asking. Like I appreciate the fact you respect what I think about that because it is important, because you represent me just as much I represent you. So like I appreciate that. Whereas like if you're dating somebody over where I live, you know, to hell if you're gonna tell them that they can wear something or can't wear something, or if they're
yeah.
gonna ask you if it's okay that they can wear something. But she cared what I thought. She was like, "Is this okay? Is this okay for me to wear?"
Wow.
And then she obviously has those, traditional African traits where she cooks and she cleans, and these are things that I didn't have to ask her to do. She just did them, and I remember the first night she was so nervous to give me the first meal. She made this traditional Kenyan dish, which is ugali and nyama, And ugali, if you're familiar with Nigerian culture, it's like fufu. You could think of it as like really thick mashed potatoes that you can pick up with your hand and you can like roll it into a ball. And then yama is just their way of saying like beef. So she made me this ugali with beef, and she was so nervous. She thought I was gonna like it. My man, I'm eating this. I'm like, are you kidding? I'm trying not to curse. It was amazing. It
So,
tasted incredible. Like, yeah, go ahead.
bro, this is incredible so far. So, let me just peel things back a layer. So, you went to Nairobi so you met this chick on Tinder in February or January. Then you went to Nairobi in April. You met her there.
Hmm.
You spent the whole month with her, which is incredible, bro. Because obviously, as men, you want to explore options. So I'm guessing she was that good to you that you thought there's no point in me dabbling in with other chicks. This is the one right here for me. Was that your mentality, bro? Or was
That's
she that
that's
special?
really, yeah, that's really how it felt to me. I felt I got so much value out of this one, encounter, and now we're obviously dating. It's a long distance relationship, and she'll be coming here next month. But I got so much value out of it, and I had no desire to want to go around. Trust me, I had
Damn.
plenty of different potential women that I could have been with, but I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna rock with this, and like we connected even on like things that don't even aren't like major, like simple things that we connected with, like watching like anime. Like, I was like, yo, you ever watch anime? And a lot of women, if they're like pretentious, they'll like try to act like it's like a childish thing or whatever. But she was like, no, I don't know anything about that. Like, what is that? So I told her about it, and then we ended up watching Yu Yu Hakusho, and she loved it. Yeah,
Yo, this is crazy,
yeah.
bro. How old is she?
She's 20.
Oh my goodness, bro. She's only 20.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, this is incredible, bro. Oh my, so you got a young submissive chick, right, that watches anime too. Now in
totally
America,
submissive,
if you tell a chick
feminine.
that
Yeah,
you watch anime, she'll look at you like you're weird or like are you a kid? But you go to a foreign country and you watch anime with your foreign girlfriend. This is incredible, brothers, man. This is incredible. Wow, only
hmm
20.
yeah, only
So
20.
okay, bro. So what is she doing in Kenya? Is she a student? Is she working? What
So
does she do,
what?
bro?
That's a great question, because that's one of the first things I was thinking about when I met her. I wanted to see. There's a lot of things that I was kind of testing her about and seeing if I saw any red flags. And she had. So I wanted to know, like, what are you doing, right? So she had just graduated school, and she was trying to save up money to go to college to be a nurse. And in the meantime, she didn't have the money, so she was with her cousin and learning how to do makeup. And she was actively learning how to do makeup so she could make money to pay for her own school. And I paid attention, and I was like, you know what, I really respect that. And she never had asked me for money. She never had tried to finesse me or anything like that. She wanted to make her own money, but not to use it as like a battering ram to hit other men over the head. Like, I'm independent. No, she just wanted that. She had her own story, and she was motivated, and that's very important to me because I'm a very motivated man. I don't want nobody that's lazy. I want nobody that if I'm going to work out, she don't want to work out. Like, that's another thing. She was very motivating to me, and she wanted to work out. I was teaching her how to do all these workout things, and it wasn't like short lived. It lasted. Like to this day, some of the things I taught her, she still practices, like meditating. Like, I taught her how to meditate and how to exercise, and she was just willing and open and just ready to just jump on board with my program. I was like, yo, this is what I got planned. This is what I got going on. Like, are you cool with that? Like, this is how I'm looking at it. And then she was just open. She was submissive in the aspect of wanting to follow my lead, right? And just all the way feminine, all the way friendly, like the type of feminine that it makes you feel uncomfortable sometimes if you're not used
Oh,
to it. I definitely
wait,
wasn't used
hold
to
on,
it.
bro. Hold on, bro. That's a very powerful statement there. The type of femininity and submiss, well, sorry, the type of femininity and submissiveness she's giving you makes you even feel uncomfortable. That just shows you that what's happening in the West is not normal. That should be a normal feeling, bro. But the fact that we deal with masculine, horrible women every day, we don't know what a feminine woman truly looks like and behaves like. And when you experience it for the first time, you're thinking, this can't be real. Am I in a dream? Um, what's going on here? You know, did you die and come back in the afterlife? It's crazy, bro. It's a weird feeling. I felt that feeling too many years ago. When I first got my first feminine foreign girlfriend, I was like, whoa, I felt weird, man. I was like, this can't be real, brothers. Speak on that more, Mr. Woods. Crazy, bro.
Yeah, it was definitely like weird, and it wasn't like I didn't enjoy it. It just kind of it made me feel uncomfortable because you're right. Definitely don't experience that on the norm here in New York. And even New York like times two because like we're known to be very forward and aggressive, and like it's not uncommon for you to get into like a verbal argument, with a woman just because she cut you off or whatever. But type of feminine that she was, it was just like, man, it almost seemed like she was a unicorn, you know. But I got used to it. We were there. I was there for a month, and the main thing about like how she was feminine, I'm trying to think of examples. She she had the utmost respect for me. She treated me with utmost respect. It wasn't like ego stroking, like, yo, you're amazing, you're the man, or whatever. It was just simple things like asking me, hey, do you think this dress is okay? Or like when we're having a conversation, the way she approaches the conversation, not in an argumentative way, but more of like a peacemaking way or like an understanding way. And it's like water over a stone. Like it just wears you down and then smooths you out. And ever since, just honestly, I just feel more motivated than I've ever been. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
when you're like when you work for yourself, you get into a slump or an emotional trap. And I have never been in one. I feel like I'm the most productive I've ever been. I feel like I'm like, the most healthy I've ever been because I got what I was looking for when I was younger, before I took the red pill. And now I'm like, yo, I feel this is worth the investment. Long
Yep.
term, this could turn into something that will really benefit me long term. Now I'm familiar, with what you talk about being polygamous and stuff like that. That's not. I don't have any opinion about it. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. For me in this relationship, not really what I'm looking for. But I will say, guys, if you're on the red pill and you go to one of these countries and you really get a feminine woman, it's gonna test that mentality. It will test it. It will really make you think like, man, I feel like I got like a foundation to build on. Whereas where I'm from, and you're dealing with all these run by night chicks or whatever, or maybe they're not run by night. Maybe they're actually good quality woman, but they're just not interested in a relationship because that's very common too. You'll meet a woman here in New York and she's great, but she ain't giving nobody the time of day because she was taught you got to go to school. You got to go to school. Don't worry about talking to a man until you're after 30. So that's another mentality you deal with. But when you go over to these countries, it's like they're it's in their blood. They're taught this. Like for
Let me ask
example,
this, bro. Let,
go
let,
ahead.
let me ask this, brother. So, um, oh, sugar, I lost my train of thought. So, oh my goodness. Um, so, so she's 20, right?
Yeah.
Feminine, submissive, right? And she's from Nairobi, Kenya. Now, from what
Yep.
I'm hearing that obviously Kenya is becoming more westernized. It's taking in a lot of Western culture in Kenya. Um, was that the case when you went out there? Was that just hearsay? Was that just talk from people that have not actually been there themselves? On average, are Kenyan women like your Kenyan girlfriend, or did you find an emerald in the dust? And keep it real with us, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it 100% real. My general feeling is that I found the emerald And didn't really have any direct contact with a lot of the women, but it just seemed. 'Cause I stayed in Nairobi for a day, and then I went to Mombasa. That's a very important point to point out. I stayed in Mombasa for the whole month, which is
Oh,
all the way on
okay.
the coast. Yeah,
Oh,
Nairobi is the 12th highest city in the world, so I can't really stay in altitude.
but was she is she from Mombasa then?
No, she's from Nairobi, so she
But
came with me to Mombasa.
okay, so you went to Nairobi first, you got her there, and then you moved her over to Mombasa.
Yeah.
Ah, interesting, brother. Interesting. This is great
So
so
to
far.
so to
No, go
answer
on.
that question, my general feeling is that, Kenya is like a, and let me not say Kenya because I've only stayed really in Mombasa, but from the women I've seen, it just seems like they're for a good time, not a long time. Unless you find a girl that's focused on her education, like my girl was. Um, but you what you see a lot of is a lot of white men that go to Kenya and they're trying to get with the younger woman, and the
Oh
younger
no.
woman they get with the older white man. You see that a
Oh
lot,
God.
especially on the beach. Um, for me, apparently, you only see a black American or a black English man like one in a million. Like my girl has never even talked to like a black American man, and the fact that I was her type when she talked to me was even a plus plus. But it's a very rare thing. So if you're gonna go to Kenya, for no doubt, if you're just trying to have fun, be on your red pill joint,
RP.
I
Say RP,
recommend.
bro. Say RP.
Okay,
RP.
so
Sorry.
if you're trying to be on your RP joint, um, you'll have no problem finding bad girls over there. But I think my girl was more like a diamond in the rough that I found, and I'm just like, you know what? She got that traditional African heritage in her. What I've heard to find more girls like her, maybe Ethiopia. I recommend you go listen to the Ethiopia stream because their culture is a lot more community and social based. So like if you go and you get into a good social network where people are have good values, you can easily find a girl like mine. Whereas Nairobi, to touch on the whole westernized thing, I wouldn't say it's becoming more westernized. I'd say it's just becoming more industrial because there's a lot of money coming from all these other countries pouring into Kenya. For example, China, they're they've poured a lot of money into Kenya. The train that we took from Nairobi to Mombasa was built by the Chinese. And even a lot of the Ubers that you get into, all the cars, like the words on the screen is in Chinese. So there's a lot of
What?
money of China, yeah, building up a lot of the infrastructure over there. Um, you'd be surprised how massive some of these trucks are, these Mack trucks that are on these roads, because they're going all around the country, just building up roads. I've been on a lot of different bridges that were just being built up. And Nairobi is the most developed city in East Africa, if I'm not mistaken. It's the most developed. It looks like like a first world country city. The type of tall buildings and stuff like that.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
Thank
I
you,
didn't
bro.
really get to stay there. Oh yeah, my bad. I'm rambling a lot. I'll let you
Yeah.
continue with your questions.
Thank you, bro. So this is great intel so far, bro. And brothers, can we get the lights up, please, brothers? Get the super chats flowing and the cash apps, please, as well, brothers. Support the movement, support the channel, support these important messages. Okay. Thank you, brothers. Um. So, brother, your did you inquire about the history about your Kenyan girlfriend? You know, were you did you want to know if she was a virgin, not a virgin, her past boyfriends, if she was dating, any old white dudes out there, bro? Did you inquire about that?
That's a great question. So, after studying a lot of Kevin Samuels from when he first started making videos, rest in peace, I learned the right things to look for, the right things to ask, and to really find out, like, what did your parents talk about relationships? What type of old relationships you've been in? like your body count and like your intentions and stuff like this. Now, I won't go over the answers to all those questions because I want to keep that private. But
Hmm.
I will tell you, I did ask these questions, and that's one of the reasons why I felt more comfortable to be with her because she wasn't out here tricking out like with these white dudes, and she didn't have a history that I would be ashamed of and be like, yeah, this is my girl been around the block mad times. I felt very, I felt actually, what's the right way to say it? I was actually like proud of what she had done and how she had um, kept up what she valued and decided not to live a fast life like a lot of the women were choosing to do over there. And she was
Mm.
like, you know what, this is what I don't want to do. I don't want to be like them and going and dating everybody and having a lot of different boyfriends because this is what I've heard about like the woman over there. Um, so yeah, that's what I got about to say. I did do my inquiry. I recommend you always do that inquiry. You always figure out if that's what you're looking for. But if you on your RP joint, you're trying to have fun, you're trying to be with your boys, you're a Black American dude, Black or English dude, bro, they waiting for you. You know what I mean? Like they tired of dealing with what they dealing with. They want something new. And when I
Okay.
tell you, when I put my Tinder on, and I'm gonna finish with this, let you ask your next question. When I
Hmm.
put my Tinder on, like I took it off now, but by like a week, I had like 80 matches or 80 likes or whatever. It was like every single day, and you it's like going into the buffet. You just pick up what you want.
Facts. I can confirm that finding there regarding Tinder. On the Patreon, we have the explicit version of Kenyan women on the Patreon. I did it with a different brother. His Tinder profile was off the roof. He was getting so much likes there in Kenya. So he's definitely right about that. If you definitely want to meet good-looking African women, Kenya is the one if you're on that Genghis Khan RP mentality. Okay? Only on the Patreon Diamond Tier Brothers. So this is great intel so far, Mr. Woods. Have you met your girlfriend's parents yet?
So, all right, I think I'm gonna mention this. The only way I can answer that question is both her parents actually suddenly passed away 5 years ago.
Oh,
So
sorry, bro.
yeah, it's okay. I don't think it'll really infringe on her privacy that much, but her parents had passed away suddenly 5 years ago, and it had left the family estranged. And I took note of that, of how she reacted to it. Obviously, it's a traumatic experience, but instead of, you know, going and falling into all the normal vices, she just it made her stronger and it made her a lot more mature than what you would normally be at 20 years old. And I took note of that. So that was one of the reasons why I was like, you know what, I'm a rock with her. But her parents, as far as I know, they were a very incredible influence. Just like any of these good women are, it always starts with the parents, especially the father. So like
Mm,
you vetting the chick, you want to know how her father relationship is. Like usually when a woman is out here being promiscuous, is because she's looking for love from men that her father didn't give her. So if she has a solid relationship with her father has given her these ideals. This is what you should look for in a man, and this is how you should respect a man. Then you find the right one. Any girl can tell you, "Oh, I'm submissive, I'm feminine, or whatever," but it starts at home. It starts when they're young. And an example I was gonna give earlier about like the food she made me, ugali. Over there, they're taught that like every woman is taught how to make ugali. Ugali is like a cornerstone part of the Kenyan family, and it's said that men, if they haven't eaten ugali for the day, even if they've eaten other things, they'll still say they're hungry. So every single woman knows how to make ugali, and it's like a very special recipe that it takes like a while to figure out and learn. That's one of the traditions that get passed on along with ideologies of being a feminine and submissive woman. So yeah, I mean, to answer the vetting thing, make sure you ask the right questions. You understand the background, the family, how that's been impacting on her. Um, and do your research. Don't fall in love with the fantasy so much. Challenge the fantasy, challenge the dream. Don't
Yep.
put all your eggs in there yet until you checked all the boxes. Because once you start saying the L word, then it's gonna be hard to back out and move on. When you could have been just going to Japan, when you could have been going to Kyrgyzstan or Croatia or another African country. Like we got worldwide options. So do your research. If she is, she is. But if she not, listen, you got the leverage, and that's really what I want to convey to you guys.
Let me ask this, bro, Mr. Woods. Um, so you're now in a long distance relationship. How is that
Yes, sir.
working so far? Do you message her every day? How has that changed your relationship dynamic? Obviously, personally, I can't do long distance because I don't know what the girl might be doing while I'm in a different country. So I got to be with her in her home country. Ain't no. So yeah. So how are you doing that, bro? Long distance stuff.
That's a great question because it is my first long distance relationship. There gotta be a serious, excuse me, gotta be a serious foundation of trust. And based off of like her history, I felt that I could really trust her. Um, like in terms of bodies and stuff like that, it was very, very, very low. In fact, it was non-existent. Let me just say that. So I felt I could trust her, and she also had immense trust for me. And as far as we talking, yeah, we talk pretty much every day. Um, a voice call. Some days I'm either very busy, I'm occupied with something. She's also getting into modeling, so sometimes she takes. She might be busy, but the key cornerstone of the relationship is that we have a tremendous amount of respect for each other's time. So even if I had only a minute to just call, say what's up, and just chat with her real quick, she'll really appreciate that. And there's never been like, yo, why aren't you calling me enough, or like nagging. Is just like understanding, or like, hey, you know what, babe? Like I know that you have to work and as soon, so I just wanted to call and just touch base with you, blah blah blah. Like we have very strong communication. I will note though that it's not always perfect because
Mm.
she's feminine. Her specific personality, she could be very timid and not expressive and don't really tell me everything she's thinking, or maybe she'll like shut down and not really talk. This Me being a New Yorker, being somebody that's very extroverted, could be very frustrating because I could, like I say what's on my mind, and like I don't know, I don't just shut down like that. So like if I'm trying to figure out like what's going on with you, you're not saying anything, it could be really annoying. But she has worked on it a lot, and she's committed to improving that, like for sake of the relationship. And there's
Let me ask
also
this.
me being, yeah, go ahead.
So let me ask this, bro. So I'm guessing you both use WhatsApp, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So do you ever come across a problem where you message her, but obviously you know the message has gone through, but she hasn't read it, or she messages you, and the message from her has gone through, but you haven't read it, and she knows it's gone through because there's I think two ticks means it's gone through. Has she ever been upset as to why didn't you read my message and reply to it, or did you
never.
ever get upset with her as to why didn't she read your message on WhatsApp and reply to it, or do you work in your own pace and time? So she may reply back to you 5 hours later. You might reply back to her five hours later, and it's still good.
That's a great question because that's one of the things that I noted initially when we first started talking. I never felt like I had to play a text game. I never felt I had to play like, oh, you waited this long, I gotta wait this long, or oh, you pretending to be busy. It was just 100% genuine. It was like I feel like texting you. I'm gonna text you right now. I text you right away. I text you when I'm ready. I text you after this. It's never been why you didn't text me. You saw my message or whatever, or me and the vice versa. It's just been a genuine communication, and I think that's one of the things I felt like made me feel comfortable. I didn't even remember this great question, but that's what made me feel comfortable with this whole thing because I never felt like there was anything fake. Like over here in the States, there's no doubt. If you're not playing a text game, you're losing. Just remember
Yep.
that. If you're over here in the States, If you ain't playing the text game, you losing. You need to be playing the text game because the whole mentality, the way they interpret text over here, if you texting too fast, you salty. I mean, you thirsty. You texting paragraphs, you thirsty. Like all this, crap. But it was just straight genuine, and I was like, man, I love that, man. I love how genuine. I don't feel like I gotta play all these games. You know,
So
I
you
got
can
other
actually
things I gotta worry about.
you can respond back to her 5 hours later, and she don't care, and she can respond back to you 5 hours later, and you don't care.
If
It's not
I
a
if I
problem.
don't respond for 5 hours, she'll she'll probably assume either something happened, like cause he didn't tell me, like what, like so. For example, like we have a pace of communication, like we have like a rhythm of how we normally communicate, and it's based off what is our schedule is. So if I normally text her after I finish work so she can call me, because now over there she's just waking up, so she'll have some time to call me, and I don't, then I'll either tell her beforehand, like, yo, listen, probably be busy around this time, and I'll call you afterwards, or like that there'll be an understanding. If she
Mm,
go 5 hours without responding to me, then or telling me what was gonna happen, I probably think something was wrong, or something bad happened. But it's gotten to the point where I'm never thinking she's doing this on purpose just to play a game with me. It's
mm,
she's only the only reason why she's not responding or hasn't responded is there's something going on. Like for example, her phone got stolen. Like in Nairobi, they're known to steal phones. So like last month, her phone got stolen and she couldn't reply to me. She tried to hit me up on Instagram, and I don't usually look at my messages like that. And then I'm thinking like, what's going on? What's going on? But the last thing I was thinking is that she ghosted me. I was just thinking like something happened. So yeah, if I don't reply for 5 hours, she's straight with it. Like sometimes she'll be like telling me like, hey, listen, like yo, go focus on what you got to do. Don't worry about me. It's okay. Go do your interview. Go do go to work or whatever. She's never. It's not childish, and you wouldn't normally expect this from a 20-year old, right?
yeah,
But she's way more mature than that. Is it's like the conversation you have like with your brother or you one of your family members. It's like there's no games or whatever. I hope I answered that right.
yeah, definitely, yeah. Because you find out in the West where for some reason you didn't reply back to her quickly because you were genuinely busy, and then she do that to you as well. She won't reply back to you for the amount of time that you didn't reply back to her. Then the game starts being played, and it's very immature, and I really hate that. Like if you can reply, reply. If you're busy, you're busy. But I find that women in the West are playing that texting game. So it's good to hear that your communication is very great. Hold on, bro. Shout out to Mr. Conrad Grant for the $2 super chat. Thank you, Conrad Grant, for the support. Much appreciation, bro. Hi, IP. Sending love and support for the stream. It's Flames. Thank you, bro, for the kind words. Already a classic. Thank you, bro. Shout out to Mr. East Coast Kev for the $5 super chat. Thank you for the support, bro. Big up IP. Do you feel any disgust or disdain from the Kenyan people being an Afro American? Seems like that here in the States. Oh, good question. Answer that, please, bro.
Um, to be honest, I've never heard of that, or I'm not at least aware that there's disdain for Kenyan people. Um, I really did not have too much of an opinion or feeling about them because I never had experienced Kenyan people or knew Kenyan people. But after living there for a month, I wouldn't say I have any disdain for them. They're just, they're people just like we're people. They have a totally different culture. Um, I have a lot of Nigerian friends here in New York, and they're obviously very different from Nigerians. So, like, I'm saying that to say, like, a lot of these African cultures, they're not all homogenous. They're not all the same. So they're all very different. So I really appreciated how different they were and their language. They all speak Swahili. I don't know where there's disgust or disdain for Kenyan people, but for me, definitely not. Definitely have no disgust or disdain. And quick fact, Snapple fact, uh, she's a Luo, and Luo is a tribe in Kenya, and Barack Obama's family is comes from the Luo tribe, and also Lupita Nyong'o, the actor, they're also from the Luo tribe. So, so that's a quick Snapple fact.
Fantastic. Thank you, bro. Shout out to the boss, the big boss, Mr. Conrad Grant, for the £1.67 cash app. Thank you, bro. It says IP. This brother is dropping gems. Blessing fam. Yes, indeed, he is. Shout out to Mr. Woods for coming on the channel, dropping classics. And of course, thank you, Mr. Conrad Grant, for the kind words. Thank you, bro. So, last question for me, brother, is are you going to bring your Kenyan girlfriend to the States, despite knowing how toxic the States is? Or do you plan on leaving her in Kenya and you moved out there permanently in the future? What's the plan for her, bro, in terms of location?
Well, that's a great question because the whole reason that a lot of these women are like this here in the States and in England is because of the ideology that's constantly being perpetuated about being independent and men are trash and all these terrible ideas about relationships. And that's why our relationships over here are bad. So, do I want to expose her that? Well, I think the first thing is like I want her to come to New York. I want her to see she is coming here. Will we live here? Probably not. Honestly, I like the idea of moving to Spain. I was kind of talking to her about that. She's really open to that. Like, we want to travel a lot. I don't know if I live and stay in New York. If I do understand the way you go about doing that when you're taking a foreign woman over here. You need to already have a very strong network of people that have the same ideology as you. So when she plugs into it, she can feel comfortable that she has friends and stuff like that and doesn't go looking for other friends that will poison her with the ideology. There's a stream with the real estate agent guy that was talking about this on your stream, and
Hmm.
he really made a good point about you already having a strong network where she can just plug into, and she can, and there's old women that have the same ideology, or a married woman, or a woman that have um, boyfriends, and they're all on the same energy. But if you bring a girl over here and then she's making friends with the people at work and all the single people that she meets, then who is she gonna be talking to? Where is she gonna be getting these other ideas from that contradict what y'all doing in your relationships? That's
Hmm.
one. Another thing too is like making her aware of like how special what she has is different than what is available here. So like I let her know, not in a cynical way, like, yo, you're different than the woman that I normally meet over here. And here's the reasons why. Like, you're more traditional, you're very feminine, you have a lot of respect for men. Like, there's a lot of the options that we have here, like our relationships, they don't do very well because of these reasons, because of these values. So like if you ever come here, like you should like pay attention to that and cherish your own tradition. So like kind of teaching her to take pride in what makes her different than the rank and file AW over here. So when she comes over here, she can hold fast to her own beliefs. But even still, that can wear down at you if you're around somebody like that long enough. So my plan probably, I think I would love to move to Spain, or if I stay here in New York, it would be on the tip of building that network like I talked about.
Okay. Thank you, bro. Shout out to Mr. East Coast Kev for the $5 super chat again. Thank you for the support, brother. Much appreciated, bro. I was asking if they treat you with disgust and disdain like some do in the States. Or we're saying, how do Kenyan women treat you, bro? Kenyan people in
Oh,
general.
well, shout out to East Coast Kev for giving another $5 to ask the question. I think that's pretty dope. Do you really want to know the answer to that? So let me answer the best I can. Did I feel any disdain? No, I didn't. But I will say they're very different than what I'm used to people treating me. Like they're very, at least what I've experienced, very quiet, very silent. I noticed that I got a lot of stares. People, mainly in Mombasa, not really in Nairobi. In Mombasa, I always catch people staring at me, looking at me. And I'm black, obviously. So I'm thinking, like, yeah, how do they realize I'm different? How do they know I'm not a Kenyan? Like, it must be the way I walk or something. And I realized that a lot of them also thought I was Nigerian because you got a lot of Nigerian men that went there. But no, for the most part, I would not get any type of feeling of disdain or discussed about me. Majority of the time, when they find out I'm a foreigner, it's like more intrigue and interest, or it could even be being shy, like being like they'll be like intimidated because of the accent and my English. Like I've met a couple of my girlfriend's family members, and as soon as they hear my accent, like they become very shy and they don't want to talk because their accent is more is very African and ethnic. So it's either they're very shy, or they're very quiet and silence, or like they'll stare at you and there's no impoliteness with how they stare. Like they gonna stare at you, and if you turn away and look back, they're still staring at you. You know. But I think that's pretty normal for any foreigner that goes to any of these other countries. Ain't that right, IP?
That's very right. Correct. Thanks for that, Mr. Woods. Thank you, bro. And great question that is, Coach Kev. Fantastic. Shout out to Mr. Frank Harris for the £8.38 cash app. Thank you very much, Frank, for the support. Welcome back, Frank. It's been a minute, bro. Hope you keep it well, brother. Thank you, bro. This has been an awesome stream.
Wait, IP. Let me add
Of
something to
course.
that answer too, because
Yeah.
I will say, ever since I've been dating my girl, a lot of the friends that she has, like, it's like they were like, yo, where can I get a Black American man? Where can I get like a Black foreigner? Because black foreigners don't really go there. So like when we do go there, it's a really big deal. It's like, wow, like we never meet you. Or like one guy's like, yo, Black American man coming here is like 1 in a million. Like 1 in a million chance you ever meet one. So you'll definitely be appreciated. And I've gotten a lot of people to welcome me, like welcome to Kenya, and like teach me Swahili. I've learned a little bit, so I just wanted to add that they're looking for us.
Fantastic, man. I've always said this, man. Black American men are the number one group of men in the entire world. Okay? If you're a Black American man, the world is your oyster in terms of getting any race of woman that you want. We have evidence of brothers getting women in Asia, South America, Europe, and these are top notch women. Black American men literally are superstars. Okay? So use that accent, use that swag, use that demeanor to get any type of woman you want. Okay? Shout out to the brother, Mr. Woods, for pointing that out, man. You just heard him. They're asking him, where can they find Black American men? That's the gospel right there, man. You know? And shout out to my Black American brothers worldwide, man. Appreciate you, brothers.
And my chick
So,
is bad, by the way. I need to say that she's bad. IP, go look at the pictures I just sent you. I
okay, let
sent
me
you a
check.
picture. I want you to see, like, these are some modeling pictures that she took. She ain't no joke. So that's what's
Ooh,
available for brothers out there.
ooh, god damn. Ooh, what the flip? Yo, that's a black Cleopatra right there, bro. Ooh. No, this can't be real. 20, huh?
Yeah.
God. What's the distance between the age range for you and your girlfriend? Are you like 20 years older than her, bro?
No, no, I'm 27.
God damn. Ooh. Lord have mercy, bro. Look at this chick right here, man. Jesus
Ain't no
Christ,
joke,
bro.
bro. Ain't no
Yo,
joke.
this ain't no joke, brothers. Get your passport ASAP, man. You know, if this girl came to America, if you want to get a girl like this in America, you have no chance, man. You got the NBA players, the basketball players, the football players, the soccer players, all after her, man. And that's why you get your passport, brothers. This is a dime right here, man. And she got that afro hair too. I love that natural hair, bro. That curly natural hair. Oh man, get your passport, brothers, man. Oh my goodness, man. Mr. Woods, thank you very much, bro, for coming on the channel. So I'm gonna stay on for 20 more minutes. So brothers, gonna open up the phone lines for you to ask questions for Mr. Woods. Please be respectful to our guests. If you can't call in, please cash app and super chat your questions. That'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you join the Patreon as well for exclusive videos, one-to-one IT career advice, and other special benefits, Discord and Facebook groups too. You know, and if you want to reach out to me directly, I've got the Facebook group. Okay. I'm also on Twitter. So follow me on Twitter and send me a DM. Okay. Again, if you're on IG, you can reach out to me on IG. I will get back to you as soon as possible. There's my IG, brothers. And of course, make sure you always support the channel by the Cash App. That'd be greatly appreciated, brothers. Okay, it's a Cash App. And the Patreon link is here too, brothers. Okay. So let me open up the phone lines, and then let's have a good Q&A session, brothers. If you can't call in, please Cash App and super chat your questions. Let's get it, man. Okay, call in. Man, this brother got him a black Cleopatra. Man.
Yeah, man, no joke.
Ooh, man, she's bad, bro. Oh man. Ooh. Damn.
Get your passport, fellas. Get your
ASAP,
passport.
man. Get your passport, man. Lord have mercy. All right, brothers, call in. If no one calls in the first 5 minutes, I'm going to end the stream. I'm all about quality, not quantity. So call in, brothers. Damn.
That's right. That's what that's about right there. Quality, yo. Straight quality.
Dang. All right, Mr. J Bones, can you turn your camera on in the background so I know you're not a troll? Yes, thank you, bro. You actually are a brother. Thank you. Not some pimple face white dude. Let's get Mr. J Bones in. What's going on, J Bones?
God is great and the paper is straight. What's up, bro?
What's up, Mr. J Bones, man? Long time no speak. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, man. I was so happy about this one, man. We it's funny, what do you call it, IP? I was the first person to get the disappointing phone call when the Greece situation didn't go well for our brother. I was the first person to get the phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bad situation. It was a bad situation. I remember that night. You remember that night, right, bro?
Of course, man.
Yeah, that was a bad situation right there, man. I was scratching my head. I was like, damn, I didn't want to lead our brother towards a bad situation like that, man. It was weird. So when I heard him on the stream and he said that he went to Kenya, of all places, thank God, and he was able to get himself, an excellent experience. I said, man, we thank heavens for it, man. I was really, really happy about this on my P. I was really happy about this, man. I'm glad things turn around quickly and we were able to get some real great situations for you, bro.
Yeah,
Yes.
I appreciate the knowledge dropped on this channel, like for the new guys and all the people that haven't really pulled the trigger yet. Like even what I said on the Greece stream, like I went there, I know it was bad, but I know that IP they ain't capping, you know. So it didn't stop me
Yeah,
from traveling to my next country. I went to Kenya, I had
I like
totally
that.
different experience, you know.
I
So you
like that.
gotta
Yeah.
take the good, bad, the ugly, everything with it. And by the way, Jay Bones, I sent you a picture so you could have some context of the girl that I met out there on Facebook.
Yeah, I think I already seen it because I think you had posted it on your Facebook page, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if it was the same girl. Yeah. I think didn't you? Yeah. I seen this already. I think I seen this already.
You sure? I don't think I posted this.
You haven't posted this one? Yeah, I thought you had posted a picture of your Kenya trip. So, but yeah, man, shout out to you, big bro. Shout out to you, man. It looks like you had a lot of fun, and I'm really Kenya's pretty dope though. IP, you ever been in Kenya before?
Nope, I haven't, bro. Nope. Have
Beautiful,
you?
beautiful. Like yeah. I've been there. I went there for only a couple of days. It was really nice. It actually threw me completely off because you root for the home team, and knowing I'm from Ghana, like I always thought Ghana was dope, but then like I start going to some of the other African countries. Rwanda and Kenya threw me off. Kenya's infrastructure is actually pretty damn good. Like
Mm.
they almost kind of like, like our brother Evan was saying, they're kind of building, like if you go to Mombasa or you go to if you go to Nairobi, it's like you just walking into an American city. Like it's like the buildings and everything pretty much kind of look like you somewhere like right around the corner. So yeah, they building it to be very nice. Kenya slept on. Like people sleep on Kenya a lot, and it's really dope. They have some of the best beaches, like blue clear water.
Yeah, I forgot to
Like
mention that. I went to one of the best beaches actually.
100%. You would think, you would probably think you were somewhere in like Turks and Caicos. Like you would
Ah,
think you were, yeah,
Facts.
yeah,
No
yeah. You would
cap
think you were,
about that.
yeah,
Ain't no
you would
cap.
think you was in Turks and Caicos. They really harmed us. IP. The West and these little white power structures. They did a real bad number on us, painting
mm.
bad images of Africa and all this other stuff when we were kids. And everybody thinks that Africa is just basically a bunch of kids with flies on their face, begging for a bag of rice.
Mm.
But yeah, Kenya's dope. Kenya's dope, and probably some of the best coffee you ever have in your life. You'll get it in Mombasa. Some of the
Look up
best coffee.
Diani Beach.
Yeah,
Diani Beach. That's where I went. Your jaw will drop. Promise you. You're gonna be wanting
yeah.
to go there
You'll be
tomorrow.
you'll be surprised. You'll be
I'm
surprised,
gonna
bro. Like
type it in
Kenya's
chat
really,
too.
really, really dope. Yeah, Kenya's no joke. IP. Like it's not what do you call it? It's no joke. Like you literally, you might think you somewhere in some Jamaica slash Turks and Caicos slash Bahamas, slash Barbados type of situation. Like you would literally think yeah, Kenya is no joke. Like you will see some
I
stuff
think
there, man. It'll make you want to stay. Like you probably won't leave.
I think the problem I'm hearing about Kenya, one of the problems actually is
The
the
feminism thing.
how, no, but in Indians there, I'm hearing that they mistreat Kenyans there, black Kenyans, and they have a lot of power there in Kenya. Is
Yeah.
that true? J Bones and Mr. Woods.
Is with any situation, it comes with because of the poverty there. It's like they bring in money, so they kind of throw away their weight around a little bit. I'm pretty sure you guys heard that story where they built their own club and they weren't
Yes,
allowing black people to. Yeah, yeah. But
that's the one.
them
Yeah,
boys, yeah, them boys went up. Them boys went over there in the morning and shut it down quick. So they do certain little white supremacist tactics over there, but it's because of the money, it's because of the poverty system there. It doesn't really favor the Kenyans too much, but we pray things turn around, because we're always rooting for black. We root
yeah,
for black first. Yeah, yeah. And then the Kenyans go there and they act a fool, but the Kenyans, the Chinese over there too. It's a lot of strange stuff going on over there in Kenya, but
yeah,
yeah, it's very safe. But it is very safe for Black Americans. It's very safe for Americans in general. They do a lot of the women do have. They're very fond of African American men. Like they love brothers over there. So when you go there, I think there was a brother from Detroit. You interviewed the brother from Detroit. Remember, IP, that he went
yes.
over there. He said he might be marrying two different wives or something like that. Yeah, yeah. So it's dope, man. You guys will love it. Kenya's not it threw me off. Like Rwanda was pretty cool, but Kenya's something. It's like I was embarrassed because I've always been Team Ghana, but then when I went to Kenya, I was like, hold on, these people, their infrastructure is way better.
Mm.
You know, the women are pretty though. The women are pretty though. They're not. The thing about it is that like they're not super super thick, but they got some real nice pretty girls over there. Like you'll definitely enjoy it. So I'm just glad we was able to hit a turnaround for our brother Evan, because that Greek situation, man, that Greece situation, it hurt my heart, man. I was the first person to get that phone call, and he had told me, he got the ticket from the racist cops. They gave him that big $300 ticket and all this other craziness. But that's just water under the bridge, and we finally, it turned around. It turned around, IP. Like we really got, and of all places, Kenya. So I'm like, yo, I love it. Especially me being pro Africa. So
Mm.
that's great news, IP.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much, brothers. Particularly our guest, Mr. Woods. I'm going to end the stream. I think an hour is great. Obviously, it's midweek, so I'm sure we all have stuff to do in regards to work. So, Mr. Woods, thank you very much, brother. Jay Bones, thank you for calling in. Welcome back, Jay
Yes,
Bones.
sir.
Hopefully, you call in more frequently now. We have missed you, bro. And Mr. Woods, thank you, bro. It's been an honor, and I really hope that it goes extremely well with your Kenyan girlfriend, and maybe we'll see marriage in the future. We don't know, but I'm sure you as a man, you know how to navigate your own relationship. But I hope it goes well, and then you never know. A couple years from now, she might be wifey. So all the best in your relationship, brother. Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate that, IP. Yo, thanks for hopping on, J Bones. Honestly, guys, it's been an honor to be on here. It's amazing to see how I went from just a viewer tuning in, listening to that first Kyrgyzstan stream, and my mind being blown away. Like, what? Where's Kyrgyzstan? Thinking, being completely confused and tuning in every day, and then I'm like, you know what? Let me go somewhere and having the experiences that I had. But like, yeah, there's no short of amazing. Listening, guys, like, yo, I know people that have never even left New York. Like, get your passport. You need to travel. Go to Vancouver. Go to Croatia. Go to if I'm not mistaken, the Fresh Island Festival is happening soon. Uh, so yeah, y'all need to tune in and see what's going on around the world, and it'll really open your eyes. And by the way, Diani Beach is no joke, man. Like I had a moment when I was on that beach. I'll just say this before I go. I had a moment. I was walking on the beach, and I felt like I was like in a dream, and like I became like hyper aware, and like it was like before I was everything was foggy and now it was like super clear and crisp. And that's how beautiful the beach was. It was just like when you see that girl that's an 11 that really just captures your attention. That's what that beach was. And I'm like, man, this is like paradise in every sense of the word. So if you ever go to Kenya, like don't ever go there and not go to Diani Beach.
Okay.
Because it was
Thank you, bro.
absolutely incredible.
Thank you, Mr. Woods. Thank you very much for the kind words, brothers. I will see you
Yes,
for
sir.
the Swedish stream this weekend, and of course we have the polygamy stream as well this weekend as well. Mr. Woods, have a great day. J Bones, thank you to everyone who's super chatting and cash out this evening. Have a great evening, nights, wherever you are, brothers. Okay, thank you, brothers. Thank you.